Hey guys, Kuzomari here, back with another stream. Gonna shoot the link of this to my Instagram and Twitter. There we go. Gonna be done in just a second while some people roll in here. I better fix that, I think. Hey, what's up everybody? Rolling in here. Okay, done there, and shoot that there. And I'm gonna hop on Twitter, paste it there, and tweet all. Cool. We are all set up and good to go. Hey, what's up everybody? See you guys rolling in. We're gonna flip through some pages here. Alright. Hey, what's up, Dark Artist? What's good? What's up, Snowy? What's up, Doplex? What's up, Okay, but why though? What's up, Timmy? What's up, Ben? Alright, let's get some sketching going. Alright, get my microphone in front of me. There we go. And I think we'll start off with like a little bit of perspective stuff. Let's move this even further this way. Cool. Alright. Starting off with the perspectives. Hey, what's up? Art Rich Studio. Alan Crit. I'm just gonna call you Sharma. What's up, Alan? What's up, Rain? What's up, Matthew? Reke? Roche? I don't have the best track record with names, as you might be able to tell right now. Alright, maybe I should plan what I'm actually trying to do. Arms up, arms down. I did something similar like this earlier, so I guess I'll try to. Got 45 people in. Good to see everybody. It's funny to see people struggling with this name. yeah. I mean, I struggle with a lot of names, so. Have you ever thought about pitching a manga to Jump? Yeah, it would be awesome if I was able to. Oh, yeah. What's up, 58 people in here? Good to see everybody. The art in the thumbnail looks sick. Oh, thank you. There we go. This is the art in the thumbnail for you guys. Posted it on my Instagram. A lot of the time I don't have, like, I have to post something from my sketchbook from as the thumbnail when we first start. Hey, what's up, Louie? No, Louie, no new camera. Well, I have the camera, but you might have missed it during one of my other streams. I actually talked about it, but I'm going to actually be returning it because it turns out the very thing these cameras are made for, recording, you know, pictures and stuff like that, well, it turns out it overheats. If you're doing video, it overheats within 25 to 30 minutes. Yeah, it kind of sucks. I was like, what? So I thought about the pros and cons of keeping the camera, and it turns out it's just not worth keeping the camera, because I was like, maybe I could just use it for video. But when I really found out that it only lasts for like 25 minutes while recording, I was like, this isn't worth it. So I was like, I might as well save my money and eventually get a camera that is more suitable for streaming one day. But as it stands, this setup, even if it didn't overheat, this setup looks better than than that one. Sorry, that was a bad laugh, but yeah, it looks better than that one when you get it all set up and done. Kind of strange, to be honest. Kind of strange. I like winter more. What's up, Momo? What's your favorite manga? Currently, I like, currently I like My Hero, but right now I'm actually watching the rest of Hunter x Hunter. Super good series, I love it. Just draw a time-lapse speed in real life, right? I mean, I had the option to like keep it and be like, you know, I could just keep my videos under 25 minutes or something and just use it for that, but it just wouldn't be worth it. Like, because my iPhone camera is pretty dang good when it actually focuses on the drawing and not my hand. And I found out how to lock it so it doesn't focus on my hand and it only focuses on the paper, so that's good. So the quality is going to look a little bit better. Anyways, maybe I should move on from this drawing. Make sure my head doesn't get in the way like it always has been with this setup. I feel like his head might be too big, but I can't change it. I mean, I could, but tried drawing a mural. Not specifically. I've done like splash pages, which I guess are kind of like murals. I'm currently drawing while watching you. That's awesome, Joshua. Keep it up. Yeah. All right. Let's get some warm up here. Oh, my microphone shadow is being cast onto the paper. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Hunter x Hunter currently. I watched up to season like 3, and I think I'm on season 3 right now. Because you guys know how I am with subbed and dubs. I'm a dwerp, so I waited until the rest of the dub came out. To complete the series. Oh, sorry. Move it up here a little bit. Bam shabam. Well, I mean, I guess I could. Do not like this one. Do not like that one. Really do think the head's too big. You know what? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Did kind of want to hit this up with some ink just for the heck of it. Got 69 people in here. Good to see everyone. How do you decide which perspective to use for a pose? Depends on the pose, really. Yeah, really depends on the pose. Sounds like a very just bland answer, but like if they're punching, you're probably gonna want to do something where, oh, that was horrible. You're probably going to want to do something that's more head height, because I don't think you're going to want to do a punching pose from the top angle. It wouldn't work as well. Then again, it also slightly depends. Kicking depends on what kind of kick it is. If the kick's going down, up, towards you. Depends on the situation. Of the scene too. Basically, you're gonna have to learn how to decide which angle is the most impactful. Like when you go to draw someone punching, if you want it to be super impactful, you're probably not going to be drawing them punching from the side. This is kind of what I'm trying to get at, is if they're punching, you're probably not going to be doing this from the side if you want it to be super impactful, because there's no like power to that. You don't really feel the power to it. I mean, of course, if you put like speed lines, but if you want it to be more impactful, you're probably going to want to keep this character, put this character in an angle that's more so like coming at you. And this is what I meant before, where you would have the arm there, this arm here, and we're getting it coming at you for more power to it. But of course this doesn't even look as good as it could because I did not draw it very well. But that's what I mean. It really depends on what you're trying to display for what action it is, stuff like that. Of course, not saying this one couldn't be impactful in its own way either. Hey, 92 people in here. Good to see everyone. Thank you for coming in. Get some coffee. See if I can get this zoomed in a little bit. I wonder if that would help a tiny bit. It's still kind of blurry. 108 people in here. Good to see everybody. How do you shade clothes in manga style? So what I've recently started doing in the past year, and what I found most success with when I try to like do blackouts and stuff in a manga style, is I start using kind of rim lights. And you can look up what rim light means, but I can show you it. Let's make this thing black, and I can kind of show you what I mean. But rim light is just basically light on one side. So if you have a person like this and you were to draw them, so rim light would be kind of like deciding to. So there's more drastic versions of rim light. Rim light can be like a really dark figure and then it coming from one side, but it's basically lighting it from one side. It would be like everything is dark on, let's say, this side if this is a black shirt, and then we come in with like parts on one side that has shines. And I mean, you could pull and do some shines on this side too, but that's the general idea, that it gives this, you either want to do something like this, which makes it easy, and you can also pull in something from this side too, like I said. And you see, it kind of gives it this cohesiveness. It just looks good because it's very distinguished that the light's coming from over here. Or you would do things that are a little bit more subtle. If it's coming directly from the top, you wouldn't want to like overdo it. Got 106 people in here. Good to see everybody. Alright, let's move on to this one. And I'll kind of display what I was talking about there a little bit more on here. All right. Oh, sorry about that. So you notice I'm mostly coming from one direction here. Not the band. But I'm also going to hit the back of this a little bit. All right. So basically, I'd say don't overthink it. Hit the edges. If you want to do more complicated ones that really get into the center, black and white is a good way to get that started, because with color, you're going to be focusing on color and where to put the shades. So basically, you're just going to be learning lighting. Learn how to do lighting, and that's probably the best way to go. But if you notice a lot of manga, if they're not completely black, blacked out, kind of like Naruto's, for the blackouts, it typically has stuff like this or more complicated like Takashi Obata's work. There's different levels, really, to be honest. Alright, let's bring this down a little bit. We'll look at the comment section in a moment. Alright. So that's a general idea. And now if I wanted to leave his hair white or something, you guys have seen me do this before where I darken in the bottom parts and some of these. Alright. I could do a few more if I wanted to, but that's such a juicy pen, says Maya. Yeah, definitely try to calm down in the comment section, regardless of diffusing the situation would be good, regardless of whoever it is with Sonic or anyone else. I haven't been paying too much attention to it. Because, to be honest, I mean, people don't know me, like my situations, my doctor visits, my health. So, I mean, I know where I am, I stand, and I know where my health issues in the past year and a half, 2 years, which my Patreons have known about, because I have had health issues. So it would be nice to not assume anything, but that's why I'm saying I wasn't really paying attention to it because I thought, you know, it would mellow out, but it is what it is. I have not seen the new Rant Cafe. I have not. I always watched it back when it first came out. It was super cool with Nux and Anime Uproar and stuff. But all right, let's keep going here. get a drink of coffee. Got 126 people in here. Good to see everybody. Hey, what's up, Sleepy Mushroom? What's up, Kosh? What's up, Kate? Do you watch Trash Taste? I have watched Trash Taste before. Coffee. What artist influenced your art journey? I would have to say Dragon Ball. Well, Akira Toriyama and Kishimoto are probably the biggest inspirations for me to actually get, actually get into drawing. Without them, I don't know how far I would have gone into drawing if I didn't really get into anime. So yeah, those are my two biggest inspirations. And then from there, you know, like, you find new creators, you develop. I found Takashi Obata and stuff like that. So those are some of my biggest inspirations. And sorry if my lines are a little wobbly. I don't know if you can see that. My hands are a little shaky right now. So, yeah. Alright. What else should I draw here? I don't know. Let's get some lines going here. Got 129 people in here, and we got 93 likes. Levius? Oh yeah, I've heard of the Levius. I've heard of Levius. Let's actually pull this leg up more. I'm drawing someone kicking. Well, hopefully my head wasn't getting in the way. It's a little small. Probably shouldn't have done it this small. Let's pull the leg up this high. The head is a bit too big. I'm having a big head problem. Not a big fan of this one. Oh yeah. How can you draw from imagination? Drawing from imagination has a lot to do with building up your mental library. So doing a lot of studies and really understanding the rules. Like, for example, what I'm doing right now is I'm drawing in 2-point perspective, and I'm just I'm not doing a study right now, but what I'm mentally doing is I'm following these guidelines, and I already know how to draw simplified shapes in perspective, and that's what I'm kind of trying to do here. This is my torso. I'm going to come down here with the mid part, and then we got kind of like our hip area, and then I'm going to bring the leg up right here, and then foot, toe, and then I want to follow this knee over this way, following the perspective. And yes, this actually is a very weird pose. I'm just having fun here. This isn't meant to be like a super legit pose. Like, I don't know what this would be from. Like, in practical use in a manga, like what this would be, why he would even be doing this. Got 122 people, and good to see everybody. Thanks for answering. No problem. What's up, says Amari Buck. What's up, Jeffrey Hart? Smudging is always a problem for me. This paper for me is street dancing. This paper for me is horrible with smudging. You want to see how bad it is with smudging? Here, let's at least zoom out a little bit, but okay, this is how bad it is for smudging. I can grab this dude's head, and now I can put the imprint of his head off to the side. Isn't that crazy? I could like grab him down here and then move. So this is why I don't like this specific paper. Oh, I don't know, people aren't gonna be able to get into my phone or something with these fingerprints over here. But yeah. Alright. Let's go ahead and hey, what's up, Jared versus the World, up here with a super chat. Said, how do you manage your time practicing versus for manga? Is it 2 hours for practice and for drawing manga personal projects? Asking for advice. So this is actually kind of a strange thing you can kind of play around with, and with time management. And some people are different in how they want to actually manage their time, and I've been recommended things such as focus on one project a day, or like be like, this project today for like 6 hours is all gonna be. When it comes to practicing, I'd say do half an hour, up to 3 hours if you can. You know, practice as much as you want, but try to keep it over half an hour, I would say, you know. As for like actually balancing it with doing other work, you do want to make sure that, you know, if a page takes you, you know, like 5 hours, maybe try to put in 3 hours that day, or more. It really depends on how you want to structure your stuff. The only problem is making sure you do the work, and then on top of that, you just want to make sure you don't work on too many projects at once, or too many things at once, because that does actually turn into a problem at some point, because then you're just having you're kind of dividing too much. Kind of like the idea of undivided attention. By the way, this is roughly a study. This is a study here. Ooh, let me get it. Oh, jeez, that scared the crap out of me. This song, every time. Ooh, sorry, guys. This song every time gets me. But I can't wait to actually get my sketchbook. My sketchbook that I normally always have. It's actually here right now, but it's not in my house. It's in like a mailbox somewhere. So I have to go pick that up. So I'll have it for tomorrow. Don't worry there. We'll have it for tomorrow. Bam. Study. Let's try to... Got 136 people in here. Good to see everybody. We're getting back on track and a little bit more focused. Hey, what's up, Pickle Rick? When I say about that, I mean the whole comment section earlier was a little it was a little rough, to say the least. Are you cold-blooded like me? Oh, you're talking about Kosh. Hope you're having a good day so far. Yeah, it's been alright so far. Got 130 likes. Look at that. Does Sketchbook have to be filled out with just pictures, or can I put whatever I want in it? You can put whatever you want in your sketchbook, but I mean, some people like to fill up their sketchbook with really nice looking drawings. That's not my point of my sketchbook. If I want to do a really nice drawing, I'm going to finish it somewhere, like on a piece of paper, or like an actual piece of paper. And yeah, Pickle Rick, come on, why are you forgetting about the like? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, you can fill it up with whatever you want, man. I use mine specifically for practicing. And so my sketchbooks are like full on just mashup of a bunch of practices. But you can also practice on anything you want. But I like practicing, so I used to hate drawing in sketchbooks. I saw no point in it. I was just like, if I'm going to draw, why not just draw on printer paper? Because I was like, sketchbooks are more expensive, they're annoying. I was like, what's the point? And so in the end, I ended up not drawing in sketchbooks for a long time. I used to hate sketchbooks, and I kind of wanted to make a video about that. I thought it'd be funny, being like, I used to hate sketchbooks or something. And I ended up going back to some of the sketchbooks I had, and I started doing a bunch of practices in them. That's when I started practicing my perspective, and I found that it was actually really cool to have this timeline of practices that you did within a certain period of time, and they're all in one place. You don't have to like switch out other paper. I guess what happened with me is I also thought sketchbooks were expensive enough to the point where you were also afraid to just mess it up, or like go in there and like waste paper with just like a bunch of lines on it, or really bad looking practices. And basically the thing that I got past was caring about that part of it, and then just sketching in them, actually just doing what I wanted in them. And I found out that I like having a nice little record of all my practices. Have you ever got discouraged with your art? If you have, how have you overcome it? Asking for advice. To be completely honest, like, everyone gets discouraged with their art. I would say you're gonna have to learn how to be not bothered too much. You're gonna have to eventually get past the point where you know everyone starts at zero. Everyone starts in the same place. Some people learn faster than others. I was always a slow learner, and I was also very stubborn too, so that didn't help. I kind of wanted to, yeah, let's use this, I guess. But I wouldn't say there's any like one specific way to deal with that, because if you're discouraged, it could be from a lot of things. Not drawing something right, not feeling like you can grasp what you're trying to learn. I regret doing it with this marker. I should have used one of my water-based ones. They're all right there. Why didn't I use them? Got 123 people in. Good to see everybody. But yeah, I would get discouraged a lot, and I would, tell myself I sucked. I should be better than this. There was a point for me that worked, and it pushed me. But there was also a point where I was being a little bit too unreasonable, and I found out I need kind of an in-between. What's this song called? This song is called Bright Idea. It's one of YouTube's free songs. And just to be frank, I've mentioned this before. There were times when, not times, there were times, yeah, I'll just put it like that, where I legitimately thought I'm probably never going to be able to make it. I'm never going to be able to be as good as blah, blah, blah when I'm looking at their manga. I'd be like, I'm never going to be able to grasp this. This is just way too much for me. It's going over my head. I don't understand this. I quite literally never imagined myself being able to be at the level I am right now. So if you're going through that and you feel that in you as well, don't worry. I guarantee there are so many artists out there that have also felt that. Maybe even your favorite creators. So, I mean, it goes to testify that Horikoshi, if My Hero, he said on record that My Hero was going to be his last attempt for a manga, and then he was going to quit if that didn't go through, I guess because he had failed so many times. So just think about that for a second. Same thing with the creator of Attack on Titan. He was so close to quitting until Attack on Titan, someone finally took it. And it's natural to feel bad about your art, but you have to take the steps to learn, and you have to take the steps to really kind of look at your art and what might be going wrong in order to actually get better. I never, like I said, I really never thought I would get to the level I am now in the understanding of like anatomy and just in general, like this stuff. Never thought I'd be able to do this. And that is why I harp on perspective and simplified shapes and all this stuff, because if you're trying to understand what I'm doing right now and you're at a specific intermediate level, basically a beginner level, it's just gonna make you frustrated. Because if you have a hard time drawing a head, something like this is going to be a lot harder. But that's why I recommend getting very familiar with... Oh, what the heck happened there? Oh, getting very familiar with drawing very simplified shapes in perspective, and at the same time making sure you go and you draw the things you like, you have fun with it. There's times when you have to learn how to practice and do the dirty work, and then there's times when you want to make sure you go and you do what the reason why you're drawing, the fun things for yourself. Because if you're sitting there doing like studies that are just miserable all the time, and you're really miserable doing it, first of all, that might be a sign of if you really want to be on this career path, or you're not taking the time to do the things that make you enjoy what the reason why you would even enjoy drawing. Because let me tell you, drawing is not all rainbows and sunshine. It's hard. Drawing is hard, yo. You'd be very surprised at how many artists do not like the work they do in their own manga. You'd be very surprised. The creator of Bleach had mentioned one time that he is very rarely happy with any of the panels he did. And I mean, imagine that, out of a whole series. Just think about that. He did it for years, and he said he was very rarely ever happy with what he actually produced. I think that's a really good testament to how hard some of this stuff is sometimes. And that's not meant to be discouraging, that's meant to be comforting in the fact that I'm not a genius. I'm not this super smart, talented, naturally talented artist, which I want to make a video called I'm Not a Natural Artist. Because you can do it. Some artists are different. Like, for example, Third, he's very much like me, and my advice helped him out a lot because his brain thinks like mine. Our brain has to latch on to exactly why this stuff is the way it is in order for us to continue and actually learn. Like, we have to learn the anatomy, and that's why perspective helped him so much. But other artists, they can kind of learn perspective but not be able to teach someone it, but they can understand it. It's kind of strange, but I wouldn't be able to do that. Sorry for that rant there. Hopefully you learned something though from that crazy old rant. Bam! Got 133 people in here. Good to see everybody. Third, that TikTok artist. He's on Instagram too, but yeah, he does a lot of stuff on TikTok. He does more than me, but I'm gonna be picking up on TikTok again. Date Bayo says Eji. I hope you're good. In this period, I'm practicing perspective and was wondering, what does it change between 1 and 2 point perspective about drawing characters? It's, I wish I had examples here, but well, I mean, I can't. It's kind of hard to say when it's just like, one's in 1 point perspective and one's in 2 point perspective, which is kind of like a very okay type of answer. But I mean, that's quite literally what I would have to say about it. Let's go ahead and do tiny little. So Let's do this real quick. Also, I've been working to do something more like this shape for the body, for the lunge part. I'm just gonna quickly put this stuff in here. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. So this is a rough version of someone in just standing there in 1 point perspective. Now, if we were to take that into, so everything in 1 point perspective is following this one line, and then every other line that's going like this is going to be horizontal. It's going to be straight horizontal. Everything else is converging to that one line. If you take this in a 2 point perspective, it I think actually thought I had one. Guess I don't. Interesting. It's a study sheet. Doing like some studies. Alright, fine. We take someone in a 2 point perspective. We still keep their head on the horizon line. We're going to do it a bit smaller here. Still keep their head on the horizon line. Notice we're already getting something different here. Head still basically on the horizon line, although I went a little bit above the eye line with this guy. We're accidentally hitting the forehead with this one, so it's gonna look, yeah, it's almost same height. It's almost same height. I actually really enjoy drawing this perspective, 2 point perspective like this. It feels really good, and we're just following the same lines here, but you can already see it's basically the angle you're looking at him in. So if I were to take a person here and turn them, they would technically be in a 2 point perspective if you were to draw them. So still just trying to follow these guidelines. All right, very rough version of it, and I feel like this could have gone down here a little bit more following this. That could have gone down there a little bit more. These always get with the 2 point perspectives, when you go too big between them, things start warping towards the bottom very strangely. What would 100-point perspective be? It would just be an insane shape. I did actually realize the other day there is technically more than 3-point perspective if you're doing specific type of geometrical shapes. Holy smokes, I'm drawing right now and I just realized we're using the same pencil, same color and everything. That's awesome. Yeah, these are just really standard pencils I like drawing with. Oh, my leg. Oh. Alright, what should we do here? We've been going for an hour and 1 minute. Oh, let me try to think of a pose here. Let's give that a shot. So he's going to be leaning forward a little bit. So this is going to be leaning this way quite a bit. Let's not move too fast. Let's be accurate about this so I don't... Yay! Oh, I should probably bring this back over here so you guys can hear me. Alright. 123 people in here and 176 likes. Good to see everyone. How long have you been practicing anatomy? I mean, actual anatomy, I would have to say like only a few years. I mean, I've looked at anatomy and tried to understand it when I was like before that, but the only time I truly started studying anatomy with the understanding of form and perspective, it was only a few years ago that I really got serious about that. Sound effects with Kuzo. I wonder if it would look better if I took this leg and I moved it this way a little bit more. It's alright. Do you study anatomy out of books? I do not. I use Pinterest. used to drawing this torso that a little bit longer. And almost rounding out this top part. Got 123 people in here. Good to see everyone. Pickerick says, have you ever felt like you have to make the first and last page of your sketchbook look really good? Not really. The first page you're always kind of like, see, that was one of the things, was I got rid of the idea that I had to make them look good in general, so that way I could just go with it. Someone said, did I get vaccinated? Yes, I did, because I have breathing problems, and if I got COVID, I don't know how well I would handle it, to be honest. So, yes, I did get it. Yeah, first page is intimidating. What I suggest to do with the first page is just go all out, man. Just do lines, circles, who cares? Like, it's your sketchbook. If you're gonna show it, it doesn't matter. Like, that's what I started doing. It didn't really matter, especially, like, you could always tell yourself, okay, this first page is literally a throwaway page. Like, I'm getting used to, like, the feeling of the sketchbook and everything. That's what I started kind of telling myself. I feel like I keep on seeing, oh, a piece of paper was moving, and from my periffs, I kept on seeing it move, and it was like, what is that? This feels a little stiff. What I didn't get down with this body is the way we kind of stand with our hips out a little further, and then our legs come in a little bit more. So that looks a bit more natural. I'm not actually following a perspective here from this horizon line. I'm actually just following my own perspective for this, which is I followed it based on that, and then we're doing this slowly. So that's what I was doing there. Ugh, not so happy with the way these feet came out. First page culture. Got 31 people in here, 193 likes. We're at an hour and 9 minutes. Does anyone have any tips on world building? I don't specifically have any tips on that. What is going on with these monstrosities of feet? I'm going to do my simple duck feet for now. Put a toe in, put a toe in. There, look better than before at least, but it still doesn't look good to me. Oh well. 138 people in here. Good to see everyone. How do you approach folds on clothes? Pinch and pull, I would say, the best thing to try to remember. And pinch and pull is where if you have clothing that the arm is turned like this, you're getting a pull on this side and a pinch on this side. And then there's little things like with someone who's wearing just a really standard shirt. Just knowing that typically it goes in like that and out. And what I'm talking about is this section right here, but yeah. Someone said, what about wide clothes? I'm guessing you mean baggy? So baggy can differ quite drastically depending on your style. Because some styles go very simplistic and others, yeah, some are very simplistic and then some can go a lot heavier, like trying to really get in there with like Takshiobata stuff, where they get really into all the wrinkle portions and that good stuff. And then there's some that go, instead of like this, they go more like this. So it really depends. Let's do some studies here. I don't know if I want to show these studies specifically because I don't know how YouTube will deal with them. But we've got 147 people in here. Good to see everybody. Got 197 likes. I don't think we're going to make it to 400 this time like we have the past two times. But we'll probably make it past... yeah, we'll make it past 200 because we're probably not going to go the full 2 hours this time. We'll probably hop on that tomorrow, though. Studies. I don't like those. Alright, let's, I don't want to get into, like, this small territory where it's just, like, super small, but I guess a little bit there. What time is it for you? It's about to be 6. So, yeah. I mean, it's not, like, too late or anything, it's just I have to do something around 7-ish, so... I would have to get ready for it. Actually, I can show you guys this. This is just something random on, randos on, Pinterest. I've never seen it before. And what I'm doing is I'm basically just going to throw in the anatomy really here. I'm going to be looking at so sure I agree with that. Trying to really get this foreshortening going here. Got these. Boom. What's up? We got 134 people in here. Good to see everybody. Boom, chikalaka. And that's how we get a bit of a study done. And you can kind of see how I did the anatomy study of that specifically, the simplified version of anatomy. I kind of want to play around with some like clothes wrinkles. Draw some over here. $135 people in. Good to see everyone. 26.4 subscribers, 24,000 subscribers, and only 134 watching. Yeah, I mean, that's how it kind of goes, though. I've actually watched people who have like over 200,000 and they only have like maybe breaking 300. That's just how it is. When you're fishing, you're actually saving the fish from drowning. Well, Pickle Rick, that is some interesting logic there, but I think we're gonna have to say no. No. We're getting a little warmed up. That was fun. Do you think that would... Do you think that the age of 20 to start drawing is too late? No. No. Pickle Rick is truly a man of knowledge, says Maya. Kuzomari streams are always very quiet. Not always, but a lot of the time, yeah. Straight vibing right now. No, you don't have to draw at a specific age. Correct. Devin's game. Do you remember getting the 64 gigabyte iPad Air for art stuff? Oh, do you recommend? Yeah. Oh, you're talking about because of storage, maybe? From what I've heard, 64 gigs isn't too bad. I have a friend that works professionally, and he uses a 64 gig iPad that is 2017 generation, and it's not even the 12.9. I think it was like 10.5 or something like that. Or like, I don't know. I forgot which size that one was, but he's using that one, and he's been doing just fine with it. Of course, if you're using it for a long period of time, you're eventually gonna have to, you know, think about investing in some sort of online storage or something like that, or trying to be conservative with how much stuff you leave on there. That's kind of like trash stuff that you don't really have to have on there. But yeah, you'd have to be a little careful with that sort of stuff, at least. But yeah, I would recommend the 64 gig iPad. That, like I said, iPad Air. The only thing is the storage, and it's not like it fills up that fast. So, for example, my iPad I've had for this one specifically I've had for years. I've had it for like a little over 2 years, and I've deleted some things off of it, because I would have like big videos and stuff on here. But let me check my storage and tell you where it's at right now. General iPad storage. Okay, so this is kind of a good way to show. So it's at 91 gigs. Okay, so it's at 91 gigs. Here is my this is my Procreate. Now look at all the files I have on here. And it's kind of like wigging out right now because it has to load all of them as we're going down. That's quite a bit of files, and some of these are stacks, like this stack. This is a stack. Got stack there. Got to stack all of these here. A stack of this stuff. So this is kind of what I mean by 64. This is after 2 years. So if I cleaned up some of this stuff, yeah, I wouldn't be up to 91 gigs on here. So here's another example here with all of this stuff. There's actually a little bit too much stuff here. These are all files. All of them. All of this. So you'd be good. I know it's not 64 gigs, but that's what I was saying. Over the time period of like, that's over 2 years that eventually kind of, built up. So you just have to be a little conservative with the stuff. Alright, 132 people, and good to see everybody. Now this like slightly depressing music. How's my realism practice going? Right now I haven't been doing too much of it. I have pulled off doing some, like, trying to keep shape at least. So I've worked at trying to make sure I can keep this general shape. Of this, basically the system in which you would map out a realistic face. I'm trying to keep it fresh in my mind, because as long as you got the map down, you can catch up pretty quickly from here. Because you just have to get eye shape right. So that kind of form for the head. Trying to keep that fresh in my mind. Because you could pretty much break down almost any face with this kind of ratio system. You can like build out. But yeah. Its shoe might be a bit big. People like big shoes nowadays, right? I'm seeing them on all the streetwear people. I really don't like how my pencil gets super thick on this paper for whatever reason. There's just quite a few things I am not a fan of with this sketchbook. Can't wait to get my other one from the locker that I have to go get it from. 124 people in here. Good to see everybody. What's better, Bakuman manga or the anime? I say the manga. I like the manga a lot better. The art's really good and stuff like that. So, and you can never go wrong with some Takashi Obata artwork, yo. Well, on a higher note, I'm super excited to get back to traditional art when my sketchbook gets here. I've been stuck on a digital art for the past 2 months and want to switch it up. Yeah, it's always good to switch it up. It's always good to switch it up. How did I study value? I quite literally, I am a YouTube value person. I looked it up on YouTube, and I think there might have even been a Proco video, a couple of those that I watched for value, and those helped me out, and some other things for value. Hey, what's up, Blue Kid Boop? What type of sketchbook brand do you recommend? I recommend Studio, and you should be able to get it on Amazon. I feel kind of disrespectful writing it in the sketchbook that I'm saying I'm not a big fan of. That was the more expensive sketchbook. Yeah, it's called O Studio. I really like it. Don't want my head getting in the way. This is also kind of a study right now. Uh, 127 people in here. Good to see everybody. I need me one of those sketchbooks. Yeah, they're like $19. So like $18 or $19. I really like them. Yo, that's a sketchbook I ordered. Sweet. That's awesome, Kosh. It is a really good sketchbook. I really like it. Favorite Naruto character? Naruto. I'm a super vanilla person. Naruto. Can you draw a Demon Slayer character for study? Yeah, at some point. Maybe not this stream, but yeah, I can. It's bugged me. I kind of wanted to do this and then put a button. Wanted to do that. I want to just do a bunch of like pose studies from like other art. Oh shoot, you guys could barely see that, sorry. Darn it! What's up, Captain Nug? Yo, what's up, Third? Over here with the super chat. What's up, bro? I'm so late, just woke up. Hey, man, you gotta get your rest in, alright? But really appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you very much. I didn't know how much longer I was going to be going on for this specific stream. I'm probably going to be going longer tomorrow, but this one might be ending somewhat soon. Captain Nug says, Aji, I'm pretty sure he's making big boy decisions with webtoons. You must be... Aji, oh, do you work outside of YouTube? No, I used to, though. Third, where do you live, says Felix. And we're talking about your actual address. Like, we just want it down there, just right. Your full address. Okay. He says, I live at my mom's house. Study. Get some of that dip coffee. Dun 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 dun. Man, this page is getting kind of full. Let's move this off to the side, and let's do some anatomy studies, like some basic anatomy studies. I want to get my mind working a little bit here. Okay, so this is the Naruto one here. Break this stuff down. Get it in your brain. I was thinking too much about the drawing and not enough about the direction of my line. So we're looking at this direction here, but my brain is trying not to work right now. Got some Naru booty. Some Naru booty going on here. zoom out here. Love the wrinkles on this. Hey, what's up? We got It's June with the super chat. Stole my grandma's debit card. That old bag of sand won't need it. Goodness. I would hope not, but thank you very much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. The nine-cheeked fox. Looks like he can already draw that pose without reference. No, yeah, I mean, I would be able to, but I'm just sharpening my tools. In fact, I'm already... I knew that looked a little strange. I'm just building, just getting my brain working, just, you know, just building my knowledge, my mental library. You do this stuff because you want to build your mental library, take in these things that look really cool, try to understand them, and then maybe if I drew this pose like twice, and then I try to draw it again like maybe an hour later, what could happen is I might just be able to memorize this pose, and like what I should have done was actually go for see, I'm starting to notice a few things. I should have also gone ahead and put in the perspective. Basically, always trying to learn. That's all there is to it. Like, I noticed something when I picked it up. I'm getting a little bit more gestury with it. In fact, I feel like I would have been able to draw this pose easier on my own, because I would have came up with my own perspective for it, and when I've come up with my own perspective, it's a little easier for me to understand. Sounds maybe a little weird, but I'm not very good at copying. Wish I was better at copying, which I'm going to try to get better at copying. Can only learn from Master Third. I wonder if he's even still here, and if you heard that. Hey, what's up, Tomesh? I'm still... I'm still here. Tameshi, Tameisha West. I'm sorry I butchered your name. Is there any tips for proportions of the nose in any angles? I mean, any angle's a little rough, but noses are typically, like, I try to think of them like this. So this is a more realistic nose. It's not actually realistic, but it's more realistic than what I normally do. And what I'm essentially doing is creating one nostril, bottom part, wrapping this around. And then that's why you see a lot of anime do something like this with nostrils, or, you know, just 2 ticks here. And then, you know, if it's turned to the side, you could do that. There's some people who go, I mean, there's some people who even just do this for a nose, some people who do this, some people who do that. Sometimes it's best to just think of the nose as this kind of like wedge-ish shape. It's like it's kind of like, if we were to make it really geometric, it would be like this. Kind of went from above on that a little bit, but let's just go straight down like this, do that, then we go straight here, go down like this, go up like that. This is essentially your nose structure when it comes to your general nose. And then what you could do is you could actually make this smaller for noses, such as, you'd be surprised that Dragon Ball Z's nose is pretty much this shape right here. This is what they use for the nose. If you've ever looked at Goku's nose or something from a different angle other than straightforward, this is pretty much the shape they use for the nose. But see, then you gotta kind of figure out how to draw it maybe from this angle, where you could do something like that. Sometimes that side might show, depending on the type of nose. I can also, when I look at this, sometimes I think of it with a more realistic nose as a circle here, circle here, circle here. And it's kind of like I'm building the nostrils, and I pull down, and then you got a nose. So it depends on how realistic you want to get with it. Like if you're doing the really simple structured nose like this, like from above, you just do something like that, or below, sorry. That's a really bad eye. Not such a fan of how thick this pencil is getting on this paper. I want my other paper back. Let's bring that jaw further down. This is a slightly older person, but we could even pull it out on, if we wanted to, we could pull it out on that side. Anyways, hopefully that helped you a little bit with noses. But like I said, I actually really like the types of noses, which you've probably noticed, where one side is a little bit more like this, and you can do that. But I also, for older people, I do like sometimes to actually pull off the more realistic-ish nose, and then maybe do this with the side part. It really depends on the person in the manga and the style you're trying to go for. Got 136 people in here, 265 likes. Good to see everybody. How to stop copying, start studying. You have to try to understand what you're looking at, what you're copying. Instead of just copying the line and at face value, quite simply put, what I'm doing right here, this is way more complicated than where you should start probably, but I'm going to start now going ahead and And this is what I mean. I am studying here, like I said, probably more complicated than what you should try to do. I'm studying these shapes actually for what they are, their direction, the form of them. They're more simplified than what I'm actually looking at, and I'm breaking down what I'm looking at underneath the clothes. And I said a little bit more complicated than probably what you should go for, because you would have to in general even know these shapes a little bit to be able to pull this off. And that's why I suggest learning your basic fundamentals such as perspective, and learn how to draw shapes in perspective so you can create these cylinder-esque shapes, which we then would go in and allow us to kind of show the form of all of this stuff. What's up, people? 132 people in. Good to see everybody. And this was a much harder one for me. Obviously, this is a different pose. I mean, at some points it may have looked easy, but it was definitely a little harder than me. harder for me than the other poses we were doing, which were a lot more simple. Because this one actually has a tilt to the... If you were to actually map out this perspective, I'm pretty sure the horizon line would have a tilt to it. I'm pretty sure it'd be going like this. And I already have something here that I don't like the way it feels. So this foot, I can already see that I should have had it going, the bottom part actually going more like this. I can already see that now. These are little things to keep in mind. You're actually looking for these mistakes. But yeah, I guess I'll do the hand up here real quick. What time is it? 6:33. I'm gonna have to be heading out somewhat soon here. All right. Well, that was pretty nuts. Jacket here. All right, let's go downwards. I'm afraid I'm gonna get something I shouldn't. Jeez, this person's just just rocking it with these poses. Yeah, let me try to push this over here a little bit more. Darn it. Let's push it over here a little bit more. People who watch perspective, yeah, exactly. Yeah. My perspective video of learn how to draw anything. 141 people in. Good to see everybody. So I'm already looking at the direction of the hips here. Bam, 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 shabam. This is going to be a little different because I am doing it upside down, which I really don't like. Not a big fan of doing things upside down like this, but wait, are you telling me Kuzo doesn't like doing things upside down? That should be going generally straight like this. Get that. Boom, let's get a head placement at least. Neck connection. Arm coming down. coming down here. We want it to connect right there. Cool. This person's got all the poses, yo. I need to start doing stuff like this. He made the forearm a little bit shorter because my fingers were coming way too close. His fingers coming way too close to the, oh my gosh, my hands shaking too much. I need to eat. You know when you have too much coffee and you don't eat? Yeah, my hands are not the best coordinated right now. Stop shaking. Stop it. And Kuta got 1 billion likes and broke stream record subs, getting 50 million. Yeah, I wish. Felix, are you okay? No, I'm very much straight. People, I can see why some people might think that, and nothing wrong with that. But I could see why, because I draw so many men, and I don't draw that many women, but I never really found drawing women, like, that fun, because they're actually just kind of hard to draw. But after I got better at them, I liked it, but I also never really wanted to be, like, that etchy artist, so I've always tried to stick away with drawing too, like, you know, sexualized versions of women. But my women practice stuff on my TikTok, turns out that stuff just works well on TikTok, so I was just like, sure, fine. I'll get a few. Oh, this leg's going this way a little bit too much. That's fine. It's not the end of the world for that part. But yeah, I started doing stuff like that for TikTok. I can't draw, dude, says Maya. And 2 truths and a lie on stream. Opposite gender hard to draw. Yeah, a lot of the time for opposite genders, the other gender tends to be hard to draw, for sure. Unless you're like me and you're just a Chad and you know every single facet of the woman anatomy. No, kidding. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Yay. But I know who be studying that anatomy a little bit too hard. Third. That female anatomy. You study it when you wake up, before you go to bed, after lunch. Let's exposed. Alright. Boom shikalaka. When is Poor Man's Manga template video coming out? I'll probably do some measurements for my Patreon and put it there, but before I do the video, because I want to do that video after I get some other vids out. At least one other vid, basically. These are so dope. Well, just remember they are studies, they're not my poses. So I am gonna write by them because I want to make sure I don't like it when I don't want people to think anything that isn't a study is like my thing. I don't want them to think that's my thing. When I don't use studies, I don't put study near it. When it's my own drawing. And like I said, I would never use these for like a manga or something. These are purely me trying to study how this person made an awesome pose and exercising my ability to break this stuff down. Okay, you're a patron. Yeah, okay. I'll try to shoot it up there. I'll try to what I'll do is I'll try to take some measurements of the actual paper and just write it on my original paper, and I can just shoot it up there. So so that should either be tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, I'll try to go ahead and do that. Interesting. Well, I think I'm actually gonna call that good. I do have to get going here. It was super fun. Sucks that we just hit 141. It took a little bit of time to get rolling on this stream because the beginning was a little rough, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully we can kick it off tomorrow. We are going to be streaming again tomorrow, and yeah, gonna have some fun, and hopefully everyone has a good day or night wherever they are. And I really appreciate everyone with their super chats, and appreciate everything with all you guys chilling here, being nice. But whose drawing is that, Kuzo, the Naruto? I don't know. It's on Pinterest. I can see if it says anything here. It doesn't specifically. This is all it says. So it's from Twitter, I guess. But I typically don't click on links like that because I don't like to go off. But yeah, in any case, super fun, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And hopefully you have a good day or night wherever you live. Peace.